good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Sticking with Walker on second down. Room here to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And Walker's somebody who just impresses you every time he steps on the field. He's a guy who was a Walter Camp and Doak Walker Award winner's final collegiate season behind a 1,600-yard campaign. 300 carries or more, that wouldn't be unexpected in his first season in the NFL.
He'll let this go for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
On 3rd down, Winston. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Prescott. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. Jarvis Landry. And a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 70. And the Saints are back within a score. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back to Walker on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. David Onyemata, excellent effort, and he earns a tackle for loss.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But they'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all. That's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the touch.
Kamara, he's strong on the ground and through the air. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And if his coaches are correct, we're going to see a lot more runs like that from this young rookie going forward.
And you know, slapping each other on the back up in the boots right now, the scouting department, because they really recommended this guy highly, and he's justifying their faith in him.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They find some open field here. But he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble and 2nd down. Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Prescott now. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. 4th down, Prescott. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Throwing on 2nd and 14, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
3rd and long for Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Prescott. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set per
touchdown, Seahawks. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott, and the Seahawks have moved out in front. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
And that one will bounce out. Zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Lutz with the extra point. And they're within 7 now, 28-21. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little little jab and get things going in their direction.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 32. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Walker with a grab, left side. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Dalton off play action. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
That's good for a save.
Now Dalton. This is complete to Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz good on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Prescott on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. L.J. Collier. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun 2nd half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the 2nd half, getting the ball first, you got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Play action here with Dalton. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Linval Joseph breaking free and dropping him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Here's Johnson with a reception. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. Pass incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a safe touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Lutz with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game was all square at halftime, and now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Prescott on play action. Catch is made by Metcalf. The 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 77 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will tie our game here in the third. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
93, 52, 93, 44.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Here's Dalton. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And the Saints are going to have what looks to be a 1st and goal as he'll take this down to the 10-yard line.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Andy Dalton keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Saints have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. What's good on the extra point? And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 39 yards there, a big one.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the 1st half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Now this throw caught left side. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. First target, first catch, and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 103 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Quick throw to Olave. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a first and goal from very short range.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. Try to pound it in. Kamara fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Seahawks. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Now Dalton. It's complete. Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's Dalton. He's got Landry, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Dalton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane.
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. 4th down now defensively. Charles, you know they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Prescott. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here's Dak. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and it shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This from 51 yards for the win. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers have to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And a very solid return out across the 45.